Alright guys, welcome back to VALORANT News. Big Rostermania drama going down as we go into Shanghai in just a couple of days' time. s0m is trying to shut down some rumours with regard to him joining NRG, but he's not necessarily done particularly a successful job so far. And also pANcada, his operation with Loud, potentially leaked by Salak over the last day or so. Lots of other roster changes elsewhere. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. Apologies for no video yesterday. There was just so much going on with the event and everything like that. And also not that much happened in VALORANT yesterday, to be fair, but certainly it did over the last 24 hours or so. Shanghai, we have the teams of course out there now for the beginning in literally a couple of days. Durka obviously talking the other day about no glitch pop Vandal, which is highly unfortunate for those of the Chinese client. Here's Boostjo as well, by the way, if this wants to load. Shanghai, one of the best cities in the world, so yeah, here he is enjoying his time as per usual as 100 Thieves get ready for what is going to be a very interesting couple of weeks for these guys, right? Of course, turning up as they did to the Americas playoffs, winning it, which not necessarily expected going in to the regular season over there. Now they're the favourites from the Americas, and often the favourites in the Americas turn out to be the favourites in the world. We've seen that over the last year or so. Boostjo is certainly familiar with that on the Evil Geniuses days, but of course for this event, they're not the favourites. That is basically pANcada, and of course Gen.G aren't too far behind as well from the Pacific. Fnatic can never be counted out, of course, given they are Fnatic, but 100T, we've got Bang, we've got Boostjo locking in for the rest of the tournament here. Now, May the 22nd, which is tomorrow, that is when the tickets are going to go on sale for the Mercedes-Benz Arena, which is the playoffs arena in Shanghai. So they're going to run part of the tournament, and then when it comes down to the final few matches, June the 7th, June the 9th, those are the Mercedes-Benz Arena tickets. They're changing venues really over the course of the tournament, and tomorrow is when those tickets go on sale. So just to let you guys know that, because they are going to be sold out immediately, right? Like, yeah, absolutely immediately. Big update as well here from Anna Donlan on the, well, Val dev update video potentially coming soon. Well, it's apparently coming today, so I imagine very shortly after this video potentially goes live. But they're discussing plenty of topics in the community, one of which is going to be on, well, map pool is coming later, player behavior is coming later, but in this one, they will address the whole replay system. And this is obviously a big talking point for a long time. They're going to talk some other things as well. But like the replay system, it was Black Ops 1. Call of Duty Black Ops 1 in 2010 had a very impressive and functional replay system that worked pretty much flawlessly. We've not had that in VALORANT. In Counter-Strike, of course, the demo feature has been a thing for a while, and look, many people would argue, well, you know, do you really need a replay system? Is anyone actually going to use it? The answer is yes. It may not be quite as impactful as people are kind of implying that it may be, but it's still something that a game on this level like should absolutely have. And it's problematic for the players and for the competitive scene in the first place, not being able to have any of these features in play. So yeah, they're going to mention an update on it. I presume they're going to say, we've made some progress, because I don't think they would talk about it if they hadn't made progress. Whether they're going to announce like a date on its release, that is maybe somewhat less likely, but I guess we'll see what they actually do. But let's talk about some roster stuff. So pANcada confirmed, I think 2 days ago now actually, that Monyet was gone from their roster. At least they're allowing him to explore offers and opportunities, and here he is on their magazine. And as you can probably tell by the yellow in the background, he joined very shortly afterwards. Actually, let's have a look at the timings on this. So it was confirmed at 11 p.m, I guess that's my time here, that he was going to be gone. And then, okay, roughly 12 hours later, then he was confirmed to be joining RRQ. So it's been an interesting time for Monyet. He did a respectable job on that global esports team last year. He was therefore picked up to pANcada, did a good job there. Obviously, wasn't ever going to be a star player or expected to be, given the talent on the team around him, but he stepped in, he did his job, but now he's going to RRQ. So I think a pretty good sign up for these guys, getting him into that roster. There was speculation on where he would potentially go. The announcement video actually is really clean as well, as you guys can tell, when the umbrella comes down, and there we go. The logo quickly changes just because, and the jersey changes because we had Jing return. Monyet was doing a good job. pANcada were looking good, but you know, he's not Jing, and with Jing able to return after the exemption from the military service, as we saw quite a while ago now, we now know full well that he's in the roster and Monyet was gone. And does Monyet want to sit there on the bench for the entire year? No, he wants to go play elsewhere. And that is the same thing we are potentially seeing with pANcada as well. This is Team Secrets. They've confirmed a couple of changes. So their first update is NRG, who I thought did a solid job, but, you know, like this team again, they looked respectable, they looked solid, they looked like they were going to be able to, maybe make it to Shanghai, but they didn't, they fell short, and, well, that's enough to indicate roster changes. NRG on the bench now, but their second update is actually completely releasing Borkum from their team. He wasn't the best on the roster, I'm not going to lie. When we saw that NRG was benched, I know there was some speculation of why isn't it Borkum instead. That's because they're just dropping him, right, completely, and they're making further moves. Maybe time for Team Secret, yay, just around the corner. I don't know, unlikely, but just thought I'd throw it out there. This is also from Link, and, I did want to mention how this is a pretty consistent trend at this point with players retiring earlier than you might well expect, because Link is a player that's been, on the Liquid days, for example, top 4 at international events in the past. Very solid Valorant player, and look, he was on good teams, then he wasn't, and fighting it back through the tier 2 system probably just doesn't seem worthwhile for players in Link's position. But, we are seeing quite a lot of premature retirement, I would say, from Valorant right now for players that arguably could or, should have stayed around. So whether it's the game, not enjoyment of the game as much anymore, whether it's the state of the format as well with the way that the Partnership League interact with Tier 2, that's a question. But I think it's something for Riot to at least think about, is that there are quite a few players, like even Safe has mentioned that he might retire at the end of the year. We've seen recently players like Jake, who has now returned to Challengers, but, players kind of surprisingly announcing that they're just going to depart and call it a day in Valorant. I think there is something for Riot to think about on that one as to exactly why this seems to be a relatively common occurrence. This, by the way, was from Sadak. As we can see on the right-hand side, pANcada very much on his friends list, because big rumours emerging over the last few days that Sadak is going to be running it back with a different team on Loud. Initially, the rumours were that NRG wanted him, and, well, maybe they still get him, if they did want him at all. But also for Loud, you're basically just committing seppuku at that point, I think, if you actually allow Sadak and Les to depart. So they need to keep them. And also, if you don't keep Sadak, are you going to be able to convince pANcada to choose this team to return to? Because pANcada wants to play, and he can leave Sentinels whenever he likes when he does want to play. We know that they've made that clear. Loud probably makes the most sense right now, as long as they can still put together a competitive roster around him. Some, though, gotta share a quick clip.
Yeah, I'm just tired now.
It's all good, brother.
Don't be late tomorrow, James.
Shut up.
Whoa.
Shut up. I run the show there now, Chet.
Actually,
That's a 4-hour stream.
no, it's literally like a whole movie plus like a TV show.
That's 2 movies, chat. You're right.
It is. That's one Marvel Avengers movie plus like the end credits. Why, you have something to do tomorrow?
Yeah, I got a gym. What time's prac tomorrow, chat?
It's like 11 probably.
Yeah. You're stupid. You're stupid. Well, you just scrimmed 8 hours too, bro. I didn't scrim, bro. I didn't change, chat. As long as you win champs. Bro, I'm not playing, chat. How many times do I have to say I'm not playing? I'm done, okay? I'm done playing. I'm ending on Billy, okay? They win, I lose. Next time I compete will be earliest next year.
Okay, fine. I'll just say it. I scrimmed NRG today. Sam was there, and they dropped 20 rounds on us. It was 20-4. I didn't want to have to say it, but I feel like it would have came out either way.
So some was spending quite the time on stream last night, denying some of these allegations, saying, oh, there's nothing to it, but obviously he's chatting with NRG, Chet, the coach of the team, and there was speculation the other day that a s0m return to NRG was on the cards. Now, FNS return seems very unlikely to me, although I suppose it's not entirely impossible for NRG, to bring s0m and FNS back as they did before. My more likely feeling is that s0m could well be playing in the controller role. He's been playing smokes a lot in ranked lately. We know that's the role that Marv played. If they can't get, if NRG can't get a superior controller player, they might need to consider that change of bringing in, of course, s0m to the roster and getting rid of Marv, as it seems like they are doing. This is also further kind of a context on the situation that was put on Reddit last night. So he was kind of given excuses as to, why he was late, why he wasn't able to start on time, like why the stream was so short, and saying, oh, it was only like a 4-hour stream because of various reasons. Obviously, the most obvious explanation would be he's scrimming, right? He's practicing with the team, and therefore you're not going to stream that. Then you'll stream after practice. So, or at least trialing with their roster, right? So, to me, it's like, well, would s0m kind of turn up and make some excuses of why that he was late and, why it was a relatively short stream? Because if you're a player for a team, you don't need to make excuses to say, okay, I've got scrims that I'm going to be on later. But if you don't want to reveal it, and of course it's not meant to be official, you wouldn't make that very clear. So, then he was talking about how, do you want me to stream? Do you want me to play? Everyone wants me to play. Chat, okay, work with me. You guys have to be okay with the 4-hour streams for now. Don't well go back to the 6 and 8 hour streams eventually, which could be in the off season, right? So he says, oh no, I'm not playing though. I'm not playing though. I need to end the stream. I'm not playing though. What's going on? So look, this guy is good at baiting, obviously. Like, we know how s0m operates. But I still think that this is an interesting statement on you got to be okay with the 4-hour streams from now on. Then we'll be back to the 6 and 8 hour streams at some point, maybe in the off season when the team is done. So it's not guaranteed, but I think there's a chance that at least NRG are considering or at least trialing a s0m return to their roster as a potential viable option to try and fix their team going forward. I'm not really sure I like that move on a one-for-one basis unless they make other changes as well, but I guess it's better to try something if the team internally is broken than try nothing at all. So this is, the whole Marv situation as we believe we understand. Just before we close out the video, have a look at this. Top-rated players from Stage 1 that are actually going to be playing at Masters Shanghai. Aspas is number 1 on this list, of course, on the Rays. Cryo, though, number 2, 100 Thieves. And we've got a couple of 100T players near with EU and Bank also in this top 10. We do also have those 3 players in pANcada. So there's some representation from Leviathan, from, for example, Fnatic, from esports, from G2, but mainly it's pANcada and 100T that are the guys that seem like the rosters to beat potentially going into the tournament. So very much interested to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Take care, and I'll see you next time.